We're using this beautiful silk ribbon from Silk and Willow. It's plant dyed. They have a website here, www.silkwillow.com, if you want to see what else they have. This ribbon is actually the most palest gray blue. Depending on the lighting, that might not come across in the video, but it is a very beautiful pale blue. When I'm lettering on fabric such as the silk ribbon, as you know, fabric is very absorbent. So I did apply the hairspray, as you must have seen in the other little clip. I also put a piece of cardboard underneath, so when I'm lettering on the fabric, whatever goes through is not going to stain my table. But I also like to see, like, you know, how much ink is going through the ribbon as well, so I can adjust my like how much pressure I'm putting onto the ribbon. So on this ribbon today, I will be using a medium tip Sharpie water-based paint pen. This one is really good because, first of all, it's water-based, so the consistency of it is really well, and I did a little tester and it did sit very nicely on top of the hair-sprayed ribbon. But my client would like certain words to be at the end of the ribbon, so in order for me to ensure that all the lettering will fit, I'm using this Bohin France mechanical chalk pencil to just make some marks to make sure my lettering will fit. So I shake my Sharpie paint pen, and I'm just gonna press a little bit on the side to make sure my tip is nicely saturated, but not too much, otherwise it might create some puddling underneath, or it will bleed into the silk, which we don't want. You always want your ribbon to be taut, right? So I'm holding it on one side and I'm using my hand to stretch so it's flat while I'm lettering. Probably gonna have to press on the tip quite often because the silk is actually absorbing more of the ink than, let's just say, if you were lettering on mirror. If that makes any sense. So the reason why you need to hold, oh, see? If you can see, there's actually ink going underneath, which is why we have the cardboard there. Every once in a while, I'll kind of give it a little wipe just to make sure it's not going to come back through the other side of the ribbon. First look of our ribbon, unforgettable. As you can see, it's made a pretty big mess underneath already, so that's unavoidable. Just make sure you have some cardboard there, okay? So. That I felt were kind of handy because I can kind of use them to kind of stretch out, and then I can hold the template still as opposed to pressing on the ribbon itself, which sometimes it's a little bit wobbly. So I always try to find different ways to make my easier. And this definitely from my hand, and it can keep the ribbon taut. Sometimes there's wrinkles, you gotta really pay attention to those areas. The wrinkles are the hairspray, this would not even be possible for you to letter on a ribbon. All the ink would just be absorbed into the silk, and then also it would be bleeding all over the place, meaning you wouldn't have the crisp lines just so that you can see what the words are.